Butter Creek, Texas is located west of Austin in the city of Saladon. It is in central Texas. The lead archaeologist at this site is Michael Waters from Texas A&M University. This site has been active since 2011. The artifacts that were first uncovered at this site show the Clovis people occupied the area. The projectile points were found along the creek bed, made in the same style as the others found across the Americas. Over the last 3 years, a different style of projectile points have been uncovered. This shows that an earlier people lived in the area. Also, the finds being found on deeper levels show that this culture is older than the Clovis people. More than 50 artifacts found in good condition have been dated. These artifacts include blades, projectiles, and tools. Evidence of the artifacts being worked on in the area was uncovered also, showing these people made these tools at the Butter Creek site. Luminescence dating was used to place these artifacts on a timeline, and the dating came back to 15,500 years before present. The Butter Creek area will go together with a few other sites that are in Texas that have relatively the same dates. The site is important as it shows an ancient people were in the Americas. It is very far south from the land bridge, and it predates the crossing of the land bridge. So how did these people get there? How long were they there for? The location of this site shows that crossing the Pacific was not the only way people came to the Americas. Did these people arrive from the south? Did they come across the Atlantic through the Gulf of Mexico? How did they get there? It is not known right now how they did, but we'll explore options in later videos. Next, we'll move to the Galt site, which is also in central Texas, located about 40 miles north of Austin, Texas, on the same river. This site was first excavated in 1929 by J.E. Pierce, an anthropologist with the University of Texas. Interest was brought to this site with the discovery of burnt rock, which was linked to the Archaic era. During the original dig, artifacts from the Archaic period and from the Clovis people were uncovered at this site. In 1999, a deeper dig was done, and it was led by the Galt School of Archaeology. From 1999 till 2013, more than 2.6 million artifacts were uncovered. 600,000 of these artifacts were from the Clovis period, which dated from 13,500 to 12,700 years before present. 150,000 of the artifacts were dated to between 21,000 and 16,000 years before present. These artifacts dating back to before the Clovis people. There were 4 enamel caps of human teeth found with 90 stone tools. This provided evidence that humans were the ones that made the tools, and the tools were not formed by a natural process. Luminescence dating came back on these artifacts to show an age of 16,700 years before present. So the Galt site shows that the settlers in this area did not come through the land bridge, as the land bridge would have been blocked off by a 3-mile-high glacier at the time. It was blocked off between 15,000 and 20,000 years before present. So how did these settlers get to this area in central Texas? There's multiple sites in this area that have uncovered artifacts that are dating back to the 16,000 plus years before present. Coming from the Pacific Ocean does not seem very likely, as Texas is so far inland and there hasn't been any evidence uncovered linking these sites to the Pacific Ocean. So there are 2 other options. One is that these settlers came from South America. They either walked up or they sailed along the coast. The other option is crossing the Atlantic, coming from Africa most likely, and following the coast down, and then coming inland and landing in central Texas. We will go through some evidence that support these claims in later videos.